Hello, fascist corporatist scum. Have the shackles of your corporate masters been chafing recently? Well, fear not, for the corporate oligarchy has decided to bestow upon ye lowly wage slaves yet another tool for you to use to oppress the other factions, and subjugate innocent people to the shackles of corporate oligarchy. Oh yes, feast your eyes upon this, you greedy materialists. This is the new riot shield, a perfect device for police brutality and oppression. I dare say it fits ye new conglomerate corporatist fascist scum most appropriately. As with all the devices manufactured without love, meaning manufactured by your cheap corporate masters who care not for valor but only for their profits, the Aegis shield, or more appropriately, Fascist shield, charges the highest cert price imaginable and offers the lowest value possible. Such is the way of shoddy fascist technology used by the new conglomerate. This disgusting device used to oppress and subjugate innocent people to the wage slavery you call freedom offers some minor protection against C4. I feel you'd be better off investing your certs in Terran Republic-designed flak armor, rather than trusting the police brutality shield of fascism. But such is the nature of dirty new conglomerate equipment. Damage from C4 is based on where you're facing when you have the shield active. If you're on top of C4 and staring down at it, the shield will absorb the blow. If you're not looking at it but are standing on it, the fascist shield won't protect you. If it's a couple feet in front of you and you're looking up, it will still absorb the blow, even if looking unreasonably high up and at an angle. The shield will absorb damage from C4 a little beyond a 180-degree viewing point, and will absorb damage from the left and the right, but if it thinks it's behind you and not to your side, it will bypass the shield. A rank 1 shield absorb is enough to preserve most of the health of a max without any flak armor, since the shield seems to absorb explosions on a larger area than it leaves vacant. It may provide some legitimate protection against explosions. However, on the topic of explosive resistance, or otherwise avoiding taking vast amounts of damage, I feel I should warn you new conglomerate scum that the use of the fascist shield is exclusive and will remove your ability to use charge, meaning no quick escape button that could otherwise be used to avoid and evade an attack that you now require the fascist shield to block. You also cannot sprint while the shield is up, though when not using the shield you still can. Though explosions are blocked and absorbed from beyond the radius of the shield, bullets only seem to be blocked if they impact the shield directly. You can still be shot in the foot. Considering that the fascist shield can only block non-explosion attacks when they come from directly in front of you, and cannot block damage coming from the sides, in addition to the fact that you can't melee with it, or charge or sprint, can't shield bash, etc., I'm afraid your corporate masters once again care only for your certs. The level 1 shield absorbs a flat 10 shots from a piston shotgun, which comes out to 7,500 damage. Testing with a carbine yielded similar results, approximately 60% of the shield's life from a decadent new conglomerate mercenary carbine. The rank 1 shield can also absorb 1 full rocket and still have some shields left to spare to absorb most of a second shot. Now that proper tooltips have been added, the actual amount of shields given can be properly quantified. Rank 1 starts at 120% of the default shield, even though there is no default shield, but that's corporate oligarchy tooltip design for you, and scales to 140, 160, 180, and 200% of the alleged default. A rank 2 shield should allow you to absorb 2 rocket shots. A rank 4 should absorb 3. A rank 1 shield should still have some room to spare after absorbing a full magazine from a normal 143 damage carbine, or a higher damaging 167 carbine. Rank 4 or so should allow for 2 full magazines of the latter. The shield at rank 1 can take 1 full hit from an AP Vanguard tank shell in full, though the second will penetrate the shield. At max rank, it should be able to take 3 direct hits or so, 5 shots from the grenade launcher Vanguard gunner weapon, and it can endure 1 direct hit from a mana turret. The fascist shield will only recharge when not in use, so you can't have it charge while still having it up, you dirty new conglomerate cheaters. It takes about 4 seconds to start recharging, and at rank 1 will take about 10 seconds to fully recharge. C4 does not seem to stick to the shield, or at least isn't supposed to. The shield will not block falling damage, however it can be used while reloading, if you start reloading before pulling up the shield. However, if you attempt to reload while your fascist shield is already up, then it will not work. This can be used to rotate in between shielding and firing, and could be useful when, say, fighting another max unit. Still, all the survival abilities need to be compared with the charge ability. Ultimately, it will come down to which is more useful, a quick movement ability or a turtle shell of fascism ability. In summary, the shield does what the tooltip says, though corporate oligarchies always trying to scam you out of your certs neglect to tell you how much they will absorb. The flaws of the fascist shield, apart from the usual police state oppression and tyranny, are that it blocks out the ability to charge and halts any ability to attack while it's in use, even melee attacks. It basically turns you into a mobile wall, which I suppose if you got some of your fascist corporatist friends together to form a squad, might potentially be useful to provide mobile cover, though one could criticize that Terran Republic flak armor would provide much better defense against explosions and would allow you to fire back at whoever's attacking you, and protect better against C4, and if you're in a squad of your decadent fascist associates using your fascist shield to do fascist things, one would presume you'd have a fascist engineer with you. This further mitigates its use in comparison to simply purchasing proud Terran Republic-designed flak armor. However, this mitigation is itself also mitigated due to the ability to reload while shielding, so you could fire at another max, reload, shield, and start firing again. So for you, is that a better ability to you than charge? Chances are, if you enjoy the rank 1 of the shield, you'll like rank 5, and if you don't like rank 1, you probably won't like rank 5. Rank 5 is about twice as effective as rank 1, but rank 1 is pretty effective in and of itself, for a comparatively low price of 150 certs. It may be worth purchasing to see if you'd like it or not, if nothing else, since at rank 1 it can already soak up quite a bit of damage. I suppose, ultimately, it comes down to your playstyle. If you always play a max unit, and always have a squad that often needs someone to sit still and be a nice piece of cover because your fascist friends are greedy and don't want you to get XP, or you believe you can trigger the shield to block incoming attacks to reload and have more efficiency than using charge, I suppose maybe it could be worth paying the ridiculous and extortionate cert price tag that the corporate oligarchy is forcing on you to level it up. Thank you for watching New Conglomerate Scum, and I'll see you next time, fascists.